The photography and filmmaking world is buzzing with anticipation as rumors intensify around what could be Sony's next mirrorless powerhouse, the highly anticipated Sony a7R VI. Though nothing has been confirmed officially, whispers from reliable industry insiders and leaks from supply chains suggest that Sony is preparing a bold step forward in its acclaimed a7R line. If the timelines being speculated are accurate, the a7R VI could see a release in late 2025, with wider availability potentially rolling into early 2026. For many photographers and videographers, the mere possibility of such a camera has sparked conversations across forums, social media groups, and photography news outlets. The Sony a7R series has long held a reputation for pushing the boundaries of resolution and performance in a compact mirrorless format. Each generation has refined and expanded on what professional users can expect from a hybrid tool. With the rumored a7R VI, Sony seems poised to elevate expectations once again, offering a camera that could set new standards for both still photography and video production. The proposed advancements are not just incremental tweaks but potentially transformative features that may change how creators approach their craft. At the center of all the speculation lies the sensor, arguably the single most important component in any camera system. The current a7R VI already boasts an impressive 61-megapixel full-frame sensor, a specification that allows for extraordinary levels of detail in large prints, commercial projects, and high-end studio work. But the a7R VI, according to reports, may leap forward dramatically with a sensor in the range of 80 to 100 megapixels. This would represent one of the most significant resolution increases in the history of Sony's mirrorless line, promising to capture scenes with detail and clarity previously reserved for medium-format cameras. To put this into perspective, a sensor offering 100 megapixels would enable photographers to capture fine textures such as foliage, fabric, or architectural ornamentation with almost microscopic precision. Landscape shooters could render distant mountains and forest canopies with unprecedented sharpness, while product photographers could highlight the subtlest elements of materials. Even when printed at enormous gallery sizes, images would retain crispness and clarity. Some speculative voices have even suggested that Sony might explore an even higher 110-megapixel version, though most industry insiders believe the sweet spot lies between 80 and 100. Importantly, this sensor is expected to be a backside illuminated BSI design, which would bring significant benefits in terms of low-light performance and dynamic range. Traditionally, extremely high-resolution sensors suffer from poor performance at higher ISO levels, often limiting their flexibility outside of studio or controlled lighting conditions. A BSI structure helps counteract this by improving light-gathering efficiency, ensuring that the a7R6 could deliver not only exceptional detail in bright environments but also strong performance in challenging, low-light situations. This balance could make it more versatile than some competitors in the ultra-high-resolution space. Of course, capturing and processing such a vast amount of data requires immense computational power. Sony's existing Biones XR processor has already proven itself in recent models, but rumors suggest the a7R VI may introduce an upgraded version, possibly in a dual-processor configuration. This would allow the camera to handle the increased data throughput required by an 80 to 100 megapixel sensor while maintaining speed and efficiency. Photographers could expect faster image processing, reduced buffer times during high-speed bursts, and cleaner handling of noise reduction algorithms. For videographers, this additional processing capability could prove even more revolutionary. Industry chatter points toward the possibility of fully usable 8K video recording at up to 60 frames per second, with improved heat management to prevent the dreaded thermal throttling that has plagued some high-resolution cameras in extended shoots. Combined with 10-bit internal recording, this would give filmmakers the ability to produce cinematic footage with rich color depth directly from the camera, minimizing the need for bulky external recorders. The prospect of high-quality 4K capture at up to 120 frames per second further enhances the camera's potential appeal, opening the door to dramatic slow-motion sequences without sacrificing detail. One of the ongoing challenges for manufacturers of high-resolution mirrorless cameras has been stabilization. Larger files and finer detail are more susceptible to even the slightest camera shake, making image stabilization critical. The a7R VI already offered excellent in-body stabilization with up to 8 stops of compensation. Rumors indicate that Sony may refine this further in the a7R VI, allowing users to confidently shoot handheld in conditions that would typically require a tripod. For landscape photographers shooting at twilight, street photographers working in dynamic environments, or hybrid creators shooting handheld video, improved stabilization could mean greater freedom and flexibility without compromising image quality. Another area generating enormous excitement is autofocus. The a7RV introduced an AI-driven autofocus system capable of recognizing and tracking subjects with impressive accuracy. The a7R VI, however, is rumored to take this a step further, integrating next-generation AI subject recognition and real-time tracking. This could allow the camera to lock onto and maintain focus on fast-moving subjects such as birds in flight, sprinting athletes, or even vehicles in motion with precision previously unimaginable. Enhanced face and eye detection for both humans and animals would further ensure sharp results in portraits and wildlife photography alike. Such advancements would make the a7R VI not only a high-resolution studio tool but also a practical option for action, sports, and wildlife professionals. Design and ergonomics are also expected to see meaningful refinements. Early reports suggest that Sony will include a fully articulating 3.2-inch touchscreen display, allowing greater flexibility in framing from low, high, or unconventional angles. This would be particularly advantageous for content creators who move fluidly between photography and video production. Shooting speeds may hover around 12 frames per second with the mechanical shutter and up to 15 frames per second electronically. Figures that would be more than sufficient for most professional applications. Storage flexibility is another area where the a7R VI appears to be keeping pace with professional demands. Dual card slots supporting both CAF Type A and SD cards would offer users a choice between cutting-edge speed and universal compatibility. Redundancy options would help safeguard critical files during demanding shoots, a feature that professional photographers and filmmakers alike will welcome. Cooling has been a major point of concern for high-resolution mirrorless cameras, particularly in the era of 8K video. Extended recording sessions often lead to overheating, forcing users to cut shoots short. If the leaks are accurate, Sony may be addressing this with a more advanced passive or even active cooling system in the a7R VI. Such an upgrade would ensure that the camera could sustain longer recording times, an essential feature for documentary filmmakers, live event shooters, or anyone working in high-stakes environments where interruptions are unacceptable. Coupled with improved power management, including possible USB-C power delivery and the ability to charge while shooting, these refinements could significantly extend the practicality of the camera in professional workflows. Weather sealing and handling improvements are also being rumored. Photographers often underestimate ergonomics until long days in the field reveal discomfort or fatigue. If Sony delivers a more comfortable grip, more tactile buttons, and enhanced environmental sealing, the a7R VI could become not only more durable but also more pleasant to use over extended sessions. For professionals who spend hours in challenging environments from deserts to rainforests, these subtle but important refinements could make a substantial difference in the overall experience. Lens compatibility remains one of Sony's strongest assets. The company has built one of the most extensive lineups of native full-frame mirrorless lenses on the market, ranging from compact primes to professional zooms. The a7R VI will almost certainly maintain full compatibility with this ecosystem, while also benefiting from new optics designed to take advantage of its extreme resolution. Photographers could expect sharper edge-to-edge performance and specialized designs optimized for 80 to 100 megapixel sensors. Support for adapters would further expand creative possibilities, allowing users to integrate legacy glass from other systems into their workflows. When all of these rumored specifications are taken together, the Sony a7R VI begins to look like more than just a camera. It appears as a platform that could redefine what hybrid creators expect from a single body. For still photographers, the massive resolution, improved autofocus, and enhanced stabilization promise unprecedented creative control. For filmmakers, the promise of reliable 8K recording, professional-grade color depth, and improved cooling positions the a7R VI as a potential compact alternative to larger cinema rigs. For hybrid shooters who straddle both worlds, it could represent the ultimate all-in-one solution. As with all rumors, caution is warranted. Specifications may shift, features may be delayed, or Sony could surprise the industry with unexpected additions. Yet even in its speculative form, the a7R VI embodies the direction in which mirrorless technology appears to be heading toward tools that do not force creators to choose between resolution and speed, stills and video, portability and professional robustness. If Sony delivers even most of what is being whispered, the a7R VI could establish itself as a landmark release in the evolution of digital imaging. While enthusiasts and professionals await official confirmation, the conversation itself underscores the significance of this moment. The a7R VI is not just another camera release, it represents the possibility of new creative horizons, where technological advances translate directly into artistic freedom. Whether in the hands of a landscape photographer chasing dawn light in remote mountains, a documentary filmmaker capturing untold stories, or a studio artist crafting meticulously detailed product images, the Sony a7R VI could empower creators to push their visions further than ever before. For now, all eyes remain on Sony. If the speculation proves true, the a7R VI may not only continue the legacy of its predecessors but also set a new benchmark for what professionals and enthusiasts can expect from a high-end mirrorless system. Late 2025 may still feel distant, but the anticipation already suggests that when it finally arrives, this camera will be more than worth the wait.